Exercise 5.3. Let us see the second question. Find the sum of the following. We have to find the sum of 34 plus 32 plus 30 plus dot 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 till 10. As we can observe this one, these are given in the form of AP because the difference of any two consecutive term is a constant. 32 minus 34 equals to minus 2. 30 minus 32 equals to minus 2. In all the cases, we are having the value of D equals to minus 2. That's why we can say that they are in AP. So the very first term of this AP is given 34, while the value of D is given minus 2. 32 minus 34 will be equals to minus 2. Now we have to find the sum of this AP. This is the last term of AP. So we can write here last term of AP is equals to 10. Here we can use the formula Sn equals to n upon 2 multiplied by A plus L. If we are having the first and last term of the AP, then we can find the sum of AP by using this formula. But here the value of n is not given in this question. So the very first thing is that we have to calculate the value of n. So let us see how to calculate the value of n. By assuming n equals to nth term, we can find the value of n. Suppose this is the nth term of AP. So we can find the position, means value of n of this term. As we know, Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. So here nth term is given 10, we can write here A. Value of A is given 34, we can write here 34 plus n minus 1. N we have to find out, multiplied by D. Value of D is minus 2. 10 minus 34 equals to minus n minus 1 into minus 2. Here we can write minus 24 divided by minus 2 equals to n minus 1. 12 plus 1 equals to n, and finally we can write here n equals to 13. After getting the value of n, now we can find the sum of this AP by using the formula Sn equals to n upon 2 multiplied by A plus L. So S, the value of n is 13, so we can write here 13 equals to n, 13 upon 2 multiplied by A plus L. 34 plus 10. 34 plus 10 we can write here 13 upon 2 multiplied by 44. 286. S13 equals to 286. It means that the sum of all these terms of AP will be equals to 286. Now let us see question number 8. Find the sum of first 51 terms of an AP whose second and third terms are 14 and 18 respectively. So here we have to find the sum of first 51 terms of AP, where second term of AP is given 14, while third term of AP is given 18. So let us see the solution of this question. Second term of AP means T2. T2 is the second term of AP. The value of second term is given 14. So we can write here 14. On the place of T2, we can write A plus D equals to 14. So we are having the very first equation, A plus D is equals to 14. Now next line, third term of AP is 18. So we can write here third term of AP, T3 equals to 18. We can write here on the place of T3, we can write here A plus 2D equals to 18. So this can be our second equation. This is our first equation, while this is our second equation. After that, we have to subtract both the equations to get the value of A and D. So we are going to subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Subtracting equation 1 from equation 2. So here we can write A plus 2D equals to 18, while A plus D equals to 14. So we can write minus here, minus, minus, minus. A and A both will cancel. 2D minus 1D equals to D. We can write here 18 minus 14 equals to 4. So we got the value of D, that is equals to 4. After getting the value of D is equals to 4, now we can find the value of A by putting the value of D in either equation. So here we write A plus D equals to 14. Value of A plus D we can write 4 equals to 14. So the value of A will be equals to 14 minus 4. A equals to 10. Now we got the value of A, that is equals to 10. Value of D also we got. Value of D equals to 4. After getting the value of A and D, now we have to find the sum of first 51 terms of AP. So the value of N is given here. Value of N is given 51. To find the sum, we use the formula Sn equals to N upon 2 multiplied by 2A plus N minus 1 into D. On the place of N, we can write 51 upon 2 multiplied by 2A. 2 into value of A is 10, so we can write here 10 plus N minus 1. Value of N again we can write here 51 minus 1 multiplied by D. Value of D is 4, so we can write here 4. 51 upon 2 can be as it is. Now here we can write 20 plus 50 multiplied by 4. 51 upon 2 multiplied by 20 plus 200, and here we can write 51 multiplied by 220 divided by 2. So finally we can write here S51 equals to 5610. So this is the final solution of this question. Now let us see question number 11. If the sum of the first n terms of an AP is 4n minus n square, then what is the first term? After that, what is the sum of first two terms? Next question, what is the second term? Next question. Similarly, we have to find out the third, 10th and nth term of the AP. So let us see the solution of this question. Since sum of first n terms is given, so we can write here Sn is equals to 4n minus n square. Once again I am repeating here, sum of first n terms of AP is given 4n minus n square. So sum of first n terms is equals to 4n minus n square. If we are putting the value of n equals to 1, then we will get the first term. So we can write here S1 is equals to 4 into 1 minus 1 square. Or we can say S1 is equals to 4 minus 1, and here we can write S1 equals to 3. Now we got here S1 equals to 3. Hence we can say that the first term of AP is equals to 3. Now the next question is, what is the sum of first two terms? For that we have to put the value of n equals to 2. So we can write here S2 is equals to 4 into 2 minus 2 square. So S2 will be equals to 8 minus 4. And finally we can write here S2 equals to 4. So the first and second question we have solved. What is the first term? First term we have got 3. Next question, what is the sum of first two term? The sum of first two term is 4. After that, the next question is, what is the second term? We have to find out the second term of the AP. First term of AP is 3 and the sum of first two term. So let us see here. Here we are having the very first term equals to 3. And sum of first two terms, these two terms, sum of these first two terms equals to 4. It is already given 4. So if the first term is 3 and the sum of these two terms is equals to 4, then the second term will be equals to 1, because we have to subtract 3 from the 4, then we will get 1. So here we can write first term equals to 3 and second term equals to 1. T2 will be equals to 4 minus 3, means T2 equals to 1. So this is the very first term of AP, this is the second term of the AP. After that we can find the value of D also. Let us see how to find the value of D. D equals to 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3. So we can write here D equals to minus 2. After getting the value of D and the very first term we are having 3. So we can write here A is equals to 3. Now we can solve the next question. Similarly, find the third term of AP. So we are going to find the third term, means T3. T3 equals to A plus 2D. Value of A we are having 3. So we can write here 3 plus 2 into D. Value of D we are having minus 2. So we can write here minus 2. 3 minus 4, and finally we can write here minus 1. So T3 is equals to minus 1. Then we have to find the 10th term of AP. T10 equals to A plus 9D we can write here. Value of A, again we can put here 3 plus 9 into D. Value of D we can write here minus 2. 3 minus 18, and here we can write minus 15. So the value of 10th term will be equals to minus 15. Now the last question, find the nth term of the AP. For that we can use the formula Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 multiplied by D. Tn will be as it is. On the place of A we can assign 3 plus n minus 1. Value of n is not given, so we can write there n, and value of D is given minus 2, so we can write here minus 2. 3, and then we can write here minus 2n. Then minus minus plus 2. Here we can write 3 plus 2 equals to 5 minus 2n. So the nth term of AP will be equals to 5 minus 2n. So this is the complete solution of this question. Now let us see question number 16. A sum of rupees 700 is to be used to give 7 cash prizes to students of a school for their overall academic performance. If each prize is rupees 20 less than its preceding price, then we have to find the value of each of the prizes. Let us see the solution of this question. Suppose, let the value of first prize, let value of first prize be X. Then according to the question, let us see here, a sum of rupees 700 is to be used to give 7 cash prizes to the students of a school for their overall academic performance. So here it is given that if each prize is rupees 20 less than its preceding one, then we can write here, if the value of the first prize is rupees X, then value of the second prize will be rupees 20 less than the preceding one. So we can write here, if the value of the first prize is equals to rupees X, then the value of the second prize will be equals to X minus 20. Similarly, we can write here, the value of the third prize will be equals to X minus 40, and so on. So here we can have the value of A, means the first value is A, that is equals to X. All these are forming an AP because the difference of each prices is a constant, means equals to rupees 20. So here we can write value of A equals to X. So value of D will be equals to, we have to subtract X from this one, means X minus 20 minus X. So we can write here D is equals to X minus 20 minus X, and finally we can write here the value of D is equals to minus 20. Value of A and value of D both we are having. Now in the question it is given that we have to divide rupees 700 among the 7 students. So the value of N will be equals to 7. Because number of students are 7, we have to divide this prize, this cash prize, among the 7 students. So the value of N will be equals to 7. Now in the question it is given that the sum of all the prizes is rupees 700. How many prizes are there? There are 7 prizes, 7 cash prizes. So the sum of 7 prizes is given rupees 700. So we can write it there. S7 is equals to 700. Now we can use the formula Sn equals to n upon 2 multiplied by 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. So we can write here S7 is equals to, value of n we are having 7 upon 2 multiplied by 2a, 2 into value of a, I have taken x, so we can write here x plus n minus 1, 7 minus 1 into d. Value of d we are having minus 20, so we can write here minus 20. S7 we are having 700, so we can write here 700. Now multiplied by 2 and divided by 7 equals to, here we can write 2x plus 6 multiplied by minus 20. Here we can write 100 multiplied by 2 will be equals to 200 equals to 2x, and then here we can write minus 120. 200 plus 120 equals to 2x. 320 equals to 2x. So the value of x will be equals to 320 divided by 2. So the value of x is equals to 160. So we got the value of x equals to 160. But here I have assumed value of the first price is equals to rupees x. So the value of the first price is equals to rupees 160. Here we can write value of first price equals to 160. Similarly, value of second price will be equals to 20 less than the preceding one. Means we can write here 140. Value of third price will be equals to 20 less than the preceding one, means 120. Value of fourth price equals to 100. Then value of fifth price will be equals to rupees 80. Value of sixth price will be equals to 60, and the value of seventh price will be equals to rupees 40. So this is the complete solution of this question. Now let us see question number 18. A spiral is made up of successive semicircles with centers alternately at A and B. Starting with center at A of radii 0.5 centimeter, 1.0 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, 2.0 centimeter as shown in the figure, then we have to find the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. So this is the spiral, and here in the question it is mentioned that the radii of each successive semicircles are 0.5, then 1.0, then 1.5, and then 2.0, and so on. It means that the radius of the very first semicircle is given 0.5 centimeter. Radius of the second semicircle is given 1.0 centimeter. Radius of the third semicircle is given 1.5 centimeter, and so on. So we have to find out the total length of the spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. Means we have to find the sum of all these length. So let us see the solution of this question. First of all, we will find the length of first semicircle. This is the semicircle. Hence, we have to use the formula pi into r. As we know, suppose we are having a circle. To find the length of outer boundary, we use the formula 2 pi r. That is the circumference of the circle. Means this is the distance of the outer boundary. So since we are having the semicircle, so we have to divide it by 2. Then the result will be equals to pi into r. So here we can write length L1 will be equals to pi into r. Pi into radius. The radius of very first one is given 0.5 centimeter. So we can write here 0.5 centimeter. Or that will be equals to pi upon 2. Means the value of L1 we got pi upon 2. Similarly, we have to find the length of L2. L2 will be equals to pi into radius. So we can write here pi multiplied by radius. Radius of the second semicircle is given 1.0 centimeter. So the value of L2 is equals to pi. Similarly, we can find the length of L3 also. that is equals to pi into radius. Radius of third one is given 1.5 centimeters. So we can write here L3 will be equals to 3 pi upon 2. So here we can observe that L1, L2 and L3, all these are forming an AP. Pi upon 2, here is pi, then 3 pi upon 2. The difference of each one is equals to pi upon 2. So we can say that they are forming an AP. So the very first term of this AP is pi upon 2, second one is pi, third one is 3 pi upon 2, and so we have to find the total length of the spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. So here we can write the value of A will be equals to pi upon 2, while the value of B will be equals to pi upon 2, and value of N will be equals to 13, because we have to find the length of 13 consecutive semicircles. So we can write here 13. After that we have to find the sum of all these APs. So we can write here formula Sn equals to n upon 2 multiplied by 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. Value of n we can write here 13 upon 2. 2 multiplied by a. Value of a pi upon 2 we can write here pi divided by 2 plus n minus 1. 13 minus 1 into d means pi upon 2. 2 and 2 both will cancel. Here we can write 13 upon 2 multiplied by pi plus 12 pi upon 2. Here we can write 13 upon 2 multiplied by 1 pi plus 6 pi equals to 7 pi. So we can write here 7 pi. After that we have to put the value of pi. We can write here 13 into 7 into, on the place of pi we can write 22 upon 7 multiplied by 2 also. (143 centimeters). So S13 will be equals to 143 centimeters. Hence we can say that the total length of a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles will be equals to 143 centimeters. Total length of a spiral, total length of a spiral will be equals to 143 centimeters. So this is the final solution of this question. Now let us see question number 20. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meters from the first potato, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. Suppose we are having a straight line, and here one bucket is placed. Suppose this is the bucket which is placed in the straight line. Once again from the beginning, let us see here in a potato race, a bucket is placed at a starting point which is 5 meters from the first potato. This bucket is at a distance of 5 meters. Suppose first potato is placed here and the distance from this bucket is 5 meters. Now next line, other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart. Other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart, means the distance between these two potatoes is equals to 3 meters. Here also 3 meters, here also 3 meters. Next line, there are 10 potatoes, total 10 potatoes are there in the same line. A competitor starts from the bucket, means a competitor is starting from this bucket, picks up the nearest potato. That competitor is picking up the nearest potato, runs back with it, drops it in the bucket, and then dropping it in the bucket, runs back to pick up the next potato, runs to the bucket and drop in it. And she continues in the same way until all potatoes are in the bucket. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? So let us see the solution of this question. Suppose the competitor is starting from this point, beside the bucket. So she is running towards the potato, picking up this potato and coming back and putting it into the bucket. So the total distance she will travel equals to, on picking up the potato, she is traveling the distance of 5 meter and coming back to the bucket for dropping it, again the distance of 5 meter. So the total distance traveled by competitor to pick up the first potato will be equals to 10 meter. Now this potato is removed from here. Now the competitor is at this point again. Now she has to pick up the second potato. So the total distance traveled by her will be equals to 5 plus 3. Total distance equal to 8. Now she will come back and will drop it into the bucket. So 8 plus 8 equals to 16 meter. Total distance she will travel will be equals to 16 meter. Now this potato is also removed. Now again she will start from this point and she will pick up the potato, third potato. Now the total distance she will travel from here to here will be equals to 5 meter plus 3 meter plus 3 meter equals to 11 meter. Now she will come back and will drop it into the bucket. 11 plus 11 will be equals to 22 meter. And so on. We can observe that all these numbers are in AP because 16 meter minus 10 meter equals to 6 meter, 22 meter minus 16 meter equals to 6 meter. So the value of D is a constant here. So we can write here the value of A is 10 meter while the value of D equals to 6 meter. How many times the competitor has to run? Since total number of potatoes are 10, that's why competitor has to run 10 times. So the value of N will be equals to 10. Now after that we have to add all these distances. We have to add all these distances to find the total distance. To add this distance we have to use the formula Sn. Sn equals to N upon 2 multiplied by 2A plus N minus 1 multiplied by D. Value of N we are having 10. 10 upon 2 multiplied by 2A. 2 into value of A we are having 10 plus N minus 1. So we can write here 10 minus 1. Value of N is 10 multiplied by D. D is given 6. So we can write here 6. 5 multiplied by 20 plus 54. And here we can write 5 multiplied by 74. And then we can write here 370 meter. So the competitor has to cover the distance of 370 meter to put all the potatoes into the bucket. So here we can write hence total distance traveled, total distance traveled by competitor equals to 370 meter. So this is the final solution of this question.